welcome to the channel. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to tie a nymph, which is absolutely perfect for the early springtime, and it represents an olive. In the vise I have a size 16 hook with a 2.8 copper bead. Right, let's get into the tying. I'm going to be tying with an olive grey thread, and this is a 10/0. Now, although I'm tying on a size 16, you can of course tie this on whatever size you like, but I find that the size 16 is perfect, whether you want to tie it on the dropper or as a point fly. Right, for the tail I'm going to use some dun cockhackle fibres. I'm just going to tear a few off. And tie those in. You don't want the tail too long, so I'll just pull that a bit to length and bind it down to the rear of the fly and trim up the excess fibres. And wind back to the thorax area. Right, now the body of this fly is going to be a silk, and this is number 273 from Gutermann, which is an olive coloured. I've cut off a length and it comes in 3 strands, and you only need 1. I've already taken 1 off of this length of silk, so there we go. There's another one, and I'm going to tie that in, and I'm going to put on a yellow rib, and I'm just using a yellow thread. I'll snip a piece of that off and tie that in as well. And take both the silk and the yellow thread down the length of the shank to the rear of the fly. Right, I'm going to put the yellow thread, or the rib, into the spring and wind back up to the front. Going to trim off the excess of the silk and the thread. I'm just going to build up the body slightly, because this silk will flatten out. Yeah, and I'll take the silk and wind this on, and you can see that it is flattening out. And I'll tie that off. And trim up the excess. Right, I'm just going to twist the thread, because I don't want it to flatten out, to create the rib. And you're probably going to put on, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 turns. Up to the thorax, tie that off and trim it up. Right, now I'm going to tie off the olive grey thread and trim that up. And I'm going to tie on some black thread now. This is 12/0. Just tie that on behind the bead and trim up the excess. Right, now I'm going to put a wing on this nymph, and I've taken out a piece of CDC from my bag of cut-offs. I'll cut out the point and we're left with this double-sided piece. I'll lay that on the top. I'm going to tie that in. And trim off the excess. Right, now I'm also going to put on a dubbing collar, and the dubbing is a mix of this pale olive and some hare's ear, and it's just pulled together and you get something like this. So I will dub this on. To create the thorax. And I'm just going to finish off by putting a slightly thin black collar behind the bead, which I like. And before I tie it off, I'm going to put some glue onto the thread. And tie off the fly. And trim up the excess thread. Now, we don't want the fibres from the CDC beyond the tail, and that's just about the same length. So now I'm going to brush out the collar. And that will also incorporate, of course, the CDC. I can see there's a little bit of sparkle in there somewhere, which has come from the there. It's come from this, from the Velcro. And there you have the finished fly. It's a great little nymph for this time of the year, early springtime, and it will catch you many fish, I am sure. Thank you very much for viewing. I hope you enjoyed the tying. Do hit the bell to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.